make the whole crowd say easy. I'm off the go.
Right, mad couple of games there. Lost 3-6, won 6-1. And then we won again with 4, and then we've just lost again. Problem is, as you can see by these injuries down here, and the fact Mora's on international duty, I am running out of players here. We then lost our next game to Amora. Don't start me on the match stats. Don't start me. Varzim next at home, and we got absolutely battered. 3-0. We're starting to bottle it again. Now we haven't won in 5 matches, and we haven't scored in 4. 2 matches ago, we scored 10 in 2. What is going on? Having not won in 5, we now haven't lost in 5. And this thumping win over champions, Trofense, champions. Somehow we're into the playoffs. 3rd place. Now the problem is we've got to play a team from the higher division who are on the way down. Tricky. Mad championship group though. Winning, losing. Remember the league campaign again where we lost only once? We just seem to fall apart, but we're there. Let's see who we get in the playoffs. Okay, it's Firenze. 2-leg game against Firenze. First game's at home. Early days, didn't start great. 2-0 down after 15 minutes thanks to a penalty. Rest of the match, they didn't do anything. We couldn't quite get the goal back though. Second leg, I tried a different style of formation here with 2 inverted wing backs. Zapata deflected, back in it. Free kick from Lente, hits the beans. Bit of a scramble, Hugo puts it in. We're back level. Into extra time we go. This is the 97th minute. Firenze break down the left. Damn it. But we're not dead yet. 100 minutes gone. Brani Tony Khan lashes it in. It's 3-1. Which meant 3-3 on aggregate, and we went to penalties. It was level all the way up. Yet again, we're stuck in League of 3. We don't go up. We're getting closer, but after our league campaigns, we should be making better attempts at the playoffs, and we keep bottling it. And I need to know why. So I'm going back in the data hub like we did at the end of last season. And the problem is, everything looks pretty okay. The attacking efficiency looks good. The goal output looks good. The one thing that I can pick out is this. Is tackling. We're not great. Fewer tackles, poor tackling. It makes me think, are we aggressive enough? Are we too nice? As I start looking through my team, basically I'm looking at the aggression levels there. Maybe a bit of bravery, but aggression mostly. Most of them. I've got a team of absolute nice guys. I need a Roy Keane. I need a Gattuso. I need someone who's a little bit dirty. Here we are again. What do we do this time? I've got a tactic that is comfortably winning the first part, and then for some reason we just bottle vital parts of the championship group. Do I change tactics? What I do need to do, looking at this, is have a little bit of a mini, I hate to use the word, but rebuild, because it looks like I've got 10 to 12 players out of contract. And do you know what? They ain't good enough. We've been at this level a couple of seasons now. We're going to freshen things up. But first, something really weird's happened. There's the Complexo Desportivo de Campagna, and shout out to viewer Stevie, long-term viewer, supplying with that picture of our beautiful stadium. It's just been increased to 2,000 capacity. Brilliant, right? What is going on here? This is our 4th season we're about to go into, and for some reason, the Salgueiros board have today announced an agreement for a new stadium, a brand new one. Now I know what you're thinking. We are massively in debt, right? But look a bit closer, it does say that it's a completely grant-based stadium. So the council are going to own it and we're going to pay them rent. What? So at the start of next season, we're going to have an 8,000-seater brand new stadium. We can't really be in League of 3 when that happens. So the time is now to look at this squad and decide who's going and who's staying. Now I'm looking at all these expiring contracts. All of these lot are going. And yeah, that includes King Abel. It's been emotional, but we need a new king. Also, my starting 11, right, who's safe? Breno, great keeper. Centre-backs, good. Right back, yes. Now the left-back situation, not too happy with. Vieira's just covering there, he's out. Definitely Maria, I'm going to move him across from central midfield attack. So So we need a new aggressive central midfielder. You'll see a massive gap there, and this hurts. But Scalacci, our wonder winger, he was our best player last season. There he is, 10 goals, 16 assists in 31 matches, an average rating that broke a record in the league. We can't re-sign him, we've got literally no money to get him. He's going back to Argentina. Which means we need a new right winger to go in there. So I'll make it 3 definite starters and at least 7 or 8 bench players. We're looking at about 10 to 11 players in the off-season. Now I've offered a contract to Marco Cruz. He's at Sporting CP B's team. That's the sort of level we're going to look at. So we're going to think of elite teams. Benfica, Sporting, not Porto. And we're going to go to their B teams and see who's out of contract, the youngsters. So this is my recommendation to you. Get yourself over to the B teams of these big teams. They release loads of youngsters. Drop down to contract, sorted by expiring. You can see this is where we found Marco Cruz. He's about to get released. He's a 6-foot central midfielder who can also play wing back. What a player he's going to be. Fingers crossed we can get him. But then go up to the league table that Sporting CP B team playing, drop it down to league, and you can see all the teams down there. And do the same gig. We'll check Benfica next. Go to their B team, all players, sorted by expiring, and you can see there's a clutch of players down here, 8 or 9, that are about to get released, who we could possibly jump in and get. And here's another one we've gone for, Rodrigo Marquez, also at Sporting. Now the benefit of this is that obviously the free transfers, they're young, but the sell-on value is going to be way up there. So I'm going to look to fill the gaps now with these youngsters because I've got a good nucleus of more experienced players now with Valente, Khan, Maria. Get some youngsters in that we can own, and then maybe 1 or 2 elite youngsters like we got from Liverpool. Surely that'll get us over the line. But we keep failing at this stage, so there's got to be something wrong. So what I've done, I've decided to find yet another plan B with the tactics. Now we used this one right through the season. I'm going to start working on a new one. It could be a bit of a flat version because we conceded too many goals in that championship group. So I might drag Valente back a bit, change that role somewhat, but go for a flat 3 perhaps. Got an experiment in pre-season. You'll also notice behind him we've got 2 inverted wing backs. So the plan is here that they'll jump in here, sit something like that. My 2 attacking midfielders will bomb on. And depending what role we do here, you can run the game. So whilst we're not panicking, we're just going to tweak it a bit further. I'm toying with this. We'll probably go back to the other formation, but I need a viable plan B. Oh, by the way, there's one last bit of news I think you'll be interested in. Just like we had a load of players out of contract, we had a load of staff out of contract too. So I kept most of them, but I did one big change. Not to worry, Umbo and Penza is very definitely still my chief scout. But ladies and gents, we have a new director of football, and you might recognise this guy. The icon. Diego, he's back.